good afternoon, and welcome to Hamilton Police Station for our press conference this afternoon regarding the Bermuda Day holiday weekend. We have a number of speakers who will be addressing you today, and we will have questions after those speakers have made their remarks. We will start with the Minister of National Security, the Honorable Michael Weeks. Then we will have Captain Jeffrey Patterson, and then we will finish up with Acting Superintendent Jerome Laws. And then following that, as I said, the media is free to ask questions. I would request that the questions be related to the Bermuda Day holiday weekend only. If you have other questions, we're quite happy to field those outside of this press conference. Without further ado, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Michael Weeks.
Thank you, Robert. Good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me. Firstly, I would like to thank the officers of the Bermuda Police Service for hosting this important brief ahead of the holiday on Friday. I know that there have been weeks, if not months, of planning ahead of Bermuda Day 2022. And I want to also give thanks to the other agencies and departments who have led the preparation for this year's festivities. Ahead of the Bermuda Day celebrations this coming Friday, I want to plead with members of the public to be safe while celebrating this holiday. I know that there are those who can't wait to have a day off, as there is no doubt that we have all been through a lot over the last couple of years with the global pandemic and the lingering economic effects. Given the reality of what has occurred over the last couple of weeks, I want to especially appeal to those caught in the vicious cycle of retaliation and violence to consider that there are families that are having to deal with this coming holiday without their loved ones for the first time. The theme of this year's parade is togetherness. We need to celebrate who we are as Bermudians and reconnect with family and friends. I am asking us all to remember that theme and to leave out those things which have no place in our culture. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Throughout the Bermuda holiday weekend, the Royal Bermuda Regiment Coast Guard will be undertaking a host of initiatives to ensure the safety on the marine community. The Coast Guard is anticipating a very busy weekend. Bermudians will be flocking to the beaches as well as into the water. As part of our no surprise approach to planning for this weekend, the Coast Guard will be asking the public to keep safety in mind. Throughout the Bermuda holiday weekend, the Coast Guard will be undertaking a host of initiatives to ensure that the safety of the marine community and to guard against the kinds of antisocial behavior and violence that we have witnessed in our public areas. There will be a heightened focus on offenses such as operating a vessel while under the influence of alcohol and/or drugs, speeding on the water, as well as safety equipment. While understanding the wish to party whilst on the water, we urge the boating public to be considerate of other boat operators, as well as households nearby where they play the music, especially late at night. We ask that you be courteous to other members of the public when playing music on the water. Vessel operators are asked to be completely understanding of safety. There are to avoid certain areas. Clarence Cove at Admiralty House, Shelley Bay, as there's a line of buoys indicating that these are safe swim zones. In the interest of safety, the boating public are reminded to file a float plan with Bermuda Radio before leaving the shore and/or adhere to the following regulations. Boaters are not to exceed 5 knots, no wake from 100 meters from shore. Boaters must carry the appropriate safety equipment, such as flares, rockets, smoke, fire extinguishers, based upon the size of the vessel. Boaters must have a life jacket for every person on board. A working VHF radio must be carried when required. Especially this one, navigation lights must be in working order if operating at night. Finally, we thank the public for the consideration, and in keeping with the celebrity nature of the holiday, to moderate their behavior and keep the health and safety of their fellow Bermudians in mind. Help us keep Bermuda safe.
Good afternoon. The Bermuda Police Service, working in partnership with the Bermuda Reserve Police and the Royal Bermuda Regiment, wishes to take this opportunity to advise the public on several matters to ensure a peaceful and safe time during this year's Bermuda Day holiday weekend. This press conference aims to share the general policing plan with the community. Members of the public should expect a heightened police presence during the holiday weekend. Police will be conducting road sobriety checks and 315F checks at various locations. There will be an increase in police presence around the nighttime economy and high visibility patrols to deter acts of violence and antisocial behavior. We want to remind the public that if you see something, say something. Please call the main police telephone number 295-0011 or 911 in an emergency. Bermuda Day races. The Bermuda Bicycle Association race will start from Somerset and finish on Cedar Avenue. The Junior Bermuda Bicycle Association race will commence on Harbor Road near the junction with Lovers Lane and will finish on Cedar Avenue. The Junior Classic Running Race will start at the east end of Front Street and will finish on Dutton Avenue. The annual Bermuda Day Half Marathon Derby will start in Somerset and finish on Dutton Avenue. As in previous years, the Bermuda Police Service, Bermuda Reserve Police, and the race organizers will have officers and marshals positioned along the routes. They are there to minimize risks to all road users, especially cyclists and runners. We are asking the motoring public to fully cooperate with any directions given. We all need to do our best to ensure there are no collisions with race participants, as that could lead to serious injury or death. On Friday, the roads along the race route will close at 8 a.m. in the morning. Therefore, persons in the West End who are traveling on morning flights need to be sure to have passed Barnes Corner well before 8 a.m. The roads will be reopened when it is deemed safe, and delays up to an hour and a half or more should be expected. The road closures for the races will be in effect from 8 a.m. until around 12:30 p.m. Details of the road closures can be found on the Government of Bermuda website under the official Gazette government notices. In addition, no traffic will be allowed to travel in either direction during the cycle race, and no traffic will be allowed to travel in either direction during the runner race. Bermuda Day Parade. The Bermuda Day Parade starts at 1:30 p.m. Spectators should not obstruct the participants in the parade. Officers of the Royal Bermuda Regiment will be on hand to assist. Please make sure you comply with any of their directions. The parade will start on Front Street near the junction of Bermudiana Road and will travel along Front Street to Court Street, Church Street to Cedar Avenue before concluding on Marsh Valley Road. No parking areas will be marked, and specific road closure times are contained in the gazetted notices. Once the roads are closed in the city of Hamilton, no persons will be allowed to move their vehicles between the time that the races start and the end of the parade. During the parade, King Street between Reed Street and Church Street will be converted into a two-way street from 12:30 p.m. until the conclusion of the parade. Road safety. The motoring public should be mindful that the police will be highly visible on the roads. In addition to calming the roads, there will be emphasis on offenses such as speeding, impaired driving, and driving without due care and attention. Remember, road safety is everyone's responsibility. Loud music. Loud music complaints, both in residential neighborhoods and on the water, are a problem associated with this holiday, and we accept that the celebration of Bermuda Day brings with it a party atmosphere. We ask a couple of things of the public: patience and tolerance on the part of the persons who enjoy a more somber celebration, along with a display of respect and courtesy on the part of those who like to party hard. We encourage members of the communities that they live in to work together to keep the peace in their neighborhoods and to to avoid the involvement of the police. Our final message again this year is to encourage everyone to exercise patience, tolerance, and caution so that we all have a good time. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the BPS staff, and the Bermuda Police Reserve Police, I wish the entire community a pleasant, enjoyable, and safe holiday weekend.
Any questions from members of the media regarding the Bermuda Day holiday weekend?
You covered it all.
I have a question for Mr. Lewis. With the recent spate of gun violence, is your office aware of any anticipated retaliations throughout this weekend? Any intelligence coming into your office? And are you prepared, especially during the Friday night function going on right down the road here, massive street function? How is your officers going to prepare and to literally be on top of any surprises, any surprises?
Well, we have extra resources on this weekend. We have officers from the gang targeting unit, officers from the police support unit, roads policing unit. We have armed response vehicles as well to attend to any incidents of such nature. And if there's any intelligence that comes in, we will assess it and deploy our officers accordingly.
Any further questions?
And if I can ask Minister, the health minister is not here, but who can speak on his behalf with the uptake of COVID cases? I haven't heard nothing of utilizing caution with the uptake with positive numbers within our community. We're going to have a party atmosphere, alcohol, drinking, and to keep the mindset of we're still under these COVID regulations. Sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for your question. Of course, everyone is looking forward to Bermuda Day returning back in its full pageantry and glory. We've missed this event for 2 years. So we're anticipating, of course, a very robust celebration starting on Friday, given the fact that the weather has been pretty good. As it relates to, of course, with COVID, we have to remind the listening public that, the pandemic is still here. Therefore, there is a level of responsibility that all of us have to take as relates to keeping each other safe. That includes my individual household as well as those individuals who I may come in contact with socially. So we're asking everyone, of course, to be responsible. You have antigen tests at home, use them. And if you're positive, of course, stay home. If you're not feeling well, stay home. And if you're negative, of course, enjoy the festivities of this weekend, but do so safely.
Thank you, sir.
Any final questions? Thank you all very much.